Think about a semi-final with Argentina. They need to get past Norway and a certain Erling Haaland first. Let's get an update from the England camp, shall we? And cross to our football correspondent, Rob Dorset. He's in Kansas City. Evening to you, Rob. So set the scene for us then. What are the main issues for both teams in preparation for this big one?
Well, they're both a bit patched up for different reasons, and I'll tell you about that sickness bug inside the Norway camp in just a moment. We'll hear from Ståle Solbakken, their head coach. But let's talk about England first. They've had another day off today, and it's been glorious weather, you have to say, in the Kansas City sunshine. They've had some time with the friends and family to rest and recover. That's what the last 2 days have been all about. Thomas Tuchel telling the players to forget about football and just completely switch off. But when they come back to training, then they will have some reality checks, I think, because there are some injury problems for England. Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka, how are they? They've been patched up, haven't they, throughout this tournament? Had some pain-killing injections, in Rice's case, to get through a lower back problem. Saka with his Achilles problem. Are they going to be fit to go again against Norway in Miami on Saturday? And then there's that right-back issue that we've been talking about incessantly. Don't expect England to appeal against Jarrell Quansah's red card, by the way. I don't think there was any prospect of success with that one, so I think that one's gone away, and so Quansah will be suspended for the Norway game. The right-back alternatives aren't great. Reece James hasn't trained for a fortnight because of that hamstring problem. I do believe England's medics are trying to fast-track him as quickly as possible in the hope that he might be able to play some part in the game, but I think you'd have to say it'd be very unlikely he'll be able to play 90 minutes. Jed Spence has had an injury problem. He didn't look great when he came on late on against Mexico City, and so you see the sort of problems that they've got. It could well be that England are thinking about Ezri Konsa at right-back against Norway, but you lose him and his physicality from the centre to match up against Erling Haaland. So problems for England when they get back into training after these couple of days off. And problems too for Norway. These reports emerged about this stomach bug, this sickness bug that had ripped through the camp. If you listen to Ståle Solbakken, though, the head coach, it sounds like it isn't as serious as some of those reports have suggested.
Nei, det ikke det. Ola har god kontroll på det. Vi har jo egentlig bare hatt Jørgen som har hatt feber, og så har det vært litt hosting og harking jevnt over, spredt fordelt, men det jo aircondition og fly og bytting og alt dette der. Og så vi jo over 50 mann, så det ville være rart om det ikke kom et eller annet. Så nå begynner til og med Kenta å få igjen formen, så da bør alle klare det.
So Solbakken playing down those sickness problems, but the interesting bit for me there was he said even the regulars are starting to get back to full fitness now, so everyone should be able to manage it. He's not saying there hasn't been a problem, he's just saying maybe they're over the worst of it. But how much has that impacted on Norway's squad going forward into this big old game with England?
I hope they got their Imodium with them. I'm really interested in the travel plans for this England team, because they went to Mexico early, didn't they? Will it be the same for the Norway game when they go to Miami?
No, it's not. I think we can say with pretty good certainty now that England will fly on match day -1. That's the day before the game, which is what they prefer to do. They like to train here in Kansas City before they fly for any game. But there's a compromise here, because we know that FIFA want them in the venue as early as possible, in the host city as soon as possible. So England will fly early on that day before the game, early on Friday morning, and they will train their final training session in Miami. So a bit of a compromise there, I think, from Thomas Tuchel, and it will give them a chance to try and experience the conditions in Miami before they step onto the pitch for the game itself on the Saturday. Weather forecasts at the moment talking about 33 Celsius, bright sunshine, humidity very, very high as well. Remember, England haven't played in hot, tough conditions so far in this World Cup, because it's either been raining or they've been in an air-conditioned stadium. So that's going to affect them an awful lot. The good news for them, though, is Norway don't like it particularly hot either, so it should be a bit of a leveller for both teams.
Rob, thank you very much. England's medics are working hard on Reece James in the hope that he will be available to ease England's right-back crisis when they play Norway in the World Cup quarter-final on Saturday. It's touch and go at the moment whether his hamstring problem will allow him to feature in Miami. But with so few options on the right side of defence, James's treatment is being fast-tracked to try to get him ready. Chelsea captain hasn't trained with the squad since straining his hamstring against Ghana a fortnight ago.
It's longevity for the tournament. If it's going to put you at... It's risk versus reward. If it's like a small risk, you're going to do it. I think muscles are more complicated because you can risk further damage, whereas injections, you can kind of numb the pain. But I do think there's an element of they're wanting to keep the opposition guessing for the team sheet, and there are a lot of games that go on like that in the tournaments where you sort of throw names out there, and because then your opposition you're playing against can't prepare for a certain lineup, or they don't know who's going to play fullback. Is it Declan Rice? Is it Konsa? Is it James? So, well,
just out of interest, who would you put right back if it's not Konsa?
I'd put Trent, but he's not there, right?
That was good. Manchester City duo Mark Guéhi and Nico O'Reilly were the latest to go inside the Lions' den. They're looking forward to what they call a fun battle against their teammate Erling Haaland in that showdown against Norway. So how does it feel to have made the last 8?
Very special, great feeling. But yeah, I think we haven't really got time to be celebrating yet. We've got another tough game coming, and obviously there's still a few more games we played for the top 8 places, but every team's going to be tough, and we need to be ready.
For sure. All right, Saturday, Norway, Miami. How's that game going to be? Your boys up front. Talk to me.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I know he'll be up for it, so it'll be, like Nico said, it'll be a challenge, but be good to see some familiar faces and, try and do our best and try and get a win.
Yeah, so O'Reilly and Guéhi looking forward to the challenge. But what's the Norwegian perspective?
Whenever Holland plays for Norway, it's like having a 1-goal handicap advantage from the start, because you know he's going to score. And I don't know if I agree with Kaveh, who was on here before us, when he said that the English defenders are going to be comfortable because they know Holland and they have experience playing against him in the Premier League. Because most of the defenders that have met Holland in the Premier League also, I think they're traumatized. I think they sometimes have nightmares about meeting him in the Premier League. And I think Holland also know these defenders and that he's comfortable in facing them. So with the form he's on, I just don't see him walking off the pitch without scoring at least one.
And he's been magnificent in this World Cup, and he just loves to play for Norway. It's like he gets an extra energy boost when he gets on that national team shirt. And if we beat England, Norway will lose it, as you've never seen it before. There are sitting people all over the country, rowing like we never seen before. And as I said, to meet England in a quarterfinal, that's the biggest game in Norwegian football history. This is the biggest event in Norway anytime. So we know that most probably we will never be in the quarterfinals again in a World Cup and meet England. So this Saturday, we're going to lose it. People back home going to lose it. And we hope that Holland will destroy everyone in the England shirt.
Yeah, that Viking row has gone around the world, hasn't it? It's been one of the abiding sights of the World Cup so far. Earlier, we were shown live how it's done.
Woo! 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 And if Norway wins on Saturday, the whole country would lose it like this.